What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 Balloon Boy teaser. So this time we're going to be trying to decode this. So I'm going to open it up in Photoshop, so it's already here. So in my previous video we've already said that there's a guess who and a number 10 on it. So I'm just going to erase that right now since it's not necessary anymore for it to be there. So I'm just going to take away guess who and the 10. We don't need that in our way of branding it up because we're trying to see what this cap says. So right off the bat, I already see CD and Joy. So let's see what happens when I try to brighten it up and stuff. Now I already see CD and Joy. Alright, so as you can see, I'm just going to trace it over for you guys, make it easier for you to see. Alright guys, so here I have a red brush and now I'm just going to trace it over. So right here is clearly a C. I'm just going to call that a C. You know, ignore the terrible highlighting. Yeah, that's just how I work, you know. My mouse is super sensitive right now. If I shake it, it just moves. Alright, so that's a CD. Obviously doesn't even look like it. So we're just going to put C. Oh my god. That looks nothing like a CD. And that is orange. Yep. Photoshop 101. How to be a noob at it. So we have CD, right? Alright, so we have CD. And now here, it's going to say Joy. So we have CD and Joy. Alright, so we have Joy right here. So you can tell. It's pretty obvious right there. Now, there's just some mumbo jumbo in this section right here. Now, the thing is though, to CD and Joy. So what do these two things have to do in common? Now, if we remember from Five Nights at Freddy's 1, people were trying to decode the phone call with Freddy. People were speculating that it was, you know, where it was a bunch of garble. People were saying something about the joy of creation. Now, the problem with CD, the only thing I can incorporate it, it's either an abbreviation for something or maybe it's literally, you know, a CD. Like, I'm guessing that could, you know, relate to the music, Torador March. I don't know if there's any CDs for it, but I don't know, maybe that song is back, you know, because that's the only way I can think anything would, you know, have to do with CD. You know, since it's usually music related, unless it's some abbreviation I can't come up with right now. But I'm gonna say that it's something to do with music. Torador March, you know, it's the iconic song for the game, so I'm gonna say that. Now, Joy, the only thing I can think about this one is the joy of creation from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. And that was from the phone call. So I don't know what's up with that. Now, this garble over here, I don't know if I can actually capture what it really is. Let me see what I can do here, guys. So I'm gonna try to brighten it up, I guess. I mean, it still looks like garble to me. It looks like after you rub on something and the actual material starts showing, that's what it looks like. So it looks like somebody actually carved this in. Yeah, it looks like somebody carved this in. And like the other parts right here are just, you know, meshed layers where they just cut it off completely. You know, they rubbed on it and stuff. So let me get something else here. Let me adjust. Maybe the hue and saturation would do something. I mean, again, this is just changing the colors. So, I mean, to be honest, I don't really see much here. You can see the propeller as well at the top. I might have to draw. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do that, right? So you can see the propeller up here, literally at the top of the screen. So it's, you know, obviously Balloon Boy, the propeller is like right here. This is like the propeller. I don't know if this is part of it, this little black little speck here, but this is clearly the propeller up here. So it's not Balloon Girl, because Balloon Girl doesn't have a propeller. Balloon Girl literally has a colored in pink circle thing like this right here. So this thing you see right here for Balloon Girl, that's literally all purple. So if this thing was to be Balloon Girl, it wouldn't have these stripes right here, that pattern that Balloon Boy has. If this was Balloon Girl, that thing right there would look something like this. It would be a single color, completely purple. So yeah, Let me get rid of all this random stuff here. So yeah, I mean, CD and Joy, what we have so far. The propeller's up here. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. It's basically what I can see from his cap. Now, I don't know if there's another hidden message there. For now, I guess CD is incorporated with music, and then Joy is incorporated with the call, the phone call. Now, in the source code, there's actually fear. Now, I don't know what this has to do with anything, but in the source code for the meta content, it does say fear, or just the content, it does say fear. So that'll be source, that's for the source code. So, fear, what does that have to do with anything? I mean, obviously the game is a horror game, so we're going to be afraid, you know, fear is the main thing. So, I mean, maybe Scott's implying that this game's going to be the most frightening one. Balloon Boy looks pretty cool here. Let me see if I can make him blue just for the heck of it. Since that is my favorite color, let me just adjust him to blue. Yep, there we go. Get some blue coloration in there. Fears in the source code. Some people were saying that this could also mean hallucinations. There's some fright meter. The more you get afraid, the more things you start seeing. And you know what? That would be pretty cool because, again, you are playing a security guard. He's human. He has emotions. His mind can play tricks on him. The shadow animatronics are hallucinations. Golden Freddy's hallucination. And I don't know if that could all tie in with the amount of fear you have. But again, that's getting really descriptive. That's getting really specific. So I'd rather not bother with that. But we could just have that in as a side note. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. Joy, I'm going to assume it's a phone call. Joy of creation. CD, I'm going to incorporate it with music. Torador March, you know, the iconic song. And then fear, that's in the source code. Hallucinations, frightful game, you know, anything really flows with that one word, fear. It's a general term. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.